Good morning everyone. Welcome to ProTalent and I am Nitin Parmar. I welcome you all for this current affair module. Dosto, this is our daily current affair module. I'm sure you are enjoying this modules and this modules will help you in many ways. Okay, we are trying to understand various important concepts related to current affairs. So once you know one particular area, you will be in a position to know various changes happening in that particular area. Okay, so thereby it is very crucial. आज हम ये 5 मुद्दों के ऊपर बात करने वाले हैं. We are going to discuss about reform in judicial system. We are going to talk about special zero coupon bond. This is a big innovation, very crucial part for India. There are a lot of crucial points are being raised. I will help you to understand what is this special zero coupon bond. Okay, this is very crucial for you to understand. Obviously, we will also talk about some entertaining thing like ICC cricketing awards. They are wonderful awards. Okay, our Indian players are gaining it. We will also talk about the, you can say, cricketing situation in India. Nepal is in turmoil. So the Prime Minister there said it is a dissolution of parliament. Now what do we mean by dissolution of parliament? Okay, great. And Pneumosil, which is a vaccine from India. Okay, great, my dear friends. Let's start. Okay, so it is good morning to everyone. I'm sure you will be in a position to manage this wonderful thing. Dosto, we are bringing a new batch for our online course for CLAT 2021. Okay, this is starting from 5th of January and that will give you a very good support. So those who are interested to start their preparation now, they can very well join us. Okay, let's start to talk about the point here. Now here, we have been talking about, you can say, jail reforms. Okay, now in this context of reform in a criminal justice system, two important concepts we have to learn. Okay, great. So IAS IPS वाले भाई साहब बोल रहे हैं, sir, I had a doubt in the definition of victim according to the new Motor Vehicle Amendment 2020. Kindly address. Sure, I will discuss that in a coming session. Okay, great. So here we are talking about judicial sensitivity and monetary guarantor bond. Okay, now why judicial sensitivity is needed in a jail term? Okay, so let's understand what is the problem. So we all understand that why people put, you can say, or why government puts people into jail. The reason for putting people into jail have two parts. One is a punishment, other is a rehabilitation. One is a punishment, second is a rehabilitation. So when we talk about the current scenario, okay, let's talk about the you can say process of bail. Supreme Court says that, you can say, bail is a rule while jail is an exception and that has to be valid. Dosto, anyone who is accused, anyone who is an accused, you can say, will be put into the jail and that person will be released on bail. Okay, so when someone is committing, you can say, a kind of heinous crime, which is cognizable crime, he will be put behind the bars, but bail has to be provided. So bail is the rule, jail is an exception. In a very exceptional circumstances, you will put person into jail. Okay, accused person into jail. Okay, remember this. This is very important. Now, what is the purpose of this bail? Any accused person who is basically put behind the bar will be released on bail and he will comply with the investigation. Okay, so that the person is in a position to find out or identify a lot of support for him. Okay, and thereby he will be in a position to be freed. Number one. Number two, at the same time, this person, okay, should normally come for the trial. This is how the idea is. Okay, now this is very crucial for the liberty of human. Okay, when court is putting a person into jail, okay, the court is trying to put, you can say, control over the liberty of human because trial is still going on. He is not convicted. So when trial is going on and when he's convicted, okay, then that person, he can say that person's liberty is at stake. Okay, I hope it is very clear to you. Very good. Now, the point is, who exercises this kind of power? The power is exercised by Supreme Court or a High Court? No, generally the lower courts. Okay, so for example, in a Arnab Goswami case, he was not allowed against a bail. Supreme Court immediately provided a bail. Yes or no? I think this is pretty clear to you. Yes. So the problem is, you can say, जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना भाई चाय से ज्यादा किटली गर्म है. So what does that mean? It means कि भैया वो जो subordinate court है, they would like to exercise their power over people, and this is primarily, you can say, exercised on marginalized class. ठीक है? If you look at the prison population today, the under trials are majorly coming from Dalits, Adivasis, certain other backward classes of communities. So that means there are judicial insensitivity is taking place. We have to train the judicial system in a sensible manner so that they understand the rule called bail is a rule and jail is an exception. If we try and look at the, you can say, current impact of pandemic, okay, so currently so many bail applications are, you can say, pending. Now why are they pending? Because courts are not moving. Yes or no? The lower courts, the local courts are not working. Okay, and thereby, you can say, these numbers are increasing. Okay, one study by Madhya Pradesh, okay, in Madhya Pradesh by Criminal Justice and Police Accountability Project, okay, they said that despite Supreme Court's order to ease crowding in the prison, they want to ease crowding in the prison. Why? Because of corona situation. Yes or no? They want to release many under trials, but still more and more people are arrested for minor offenses. Okay, now let's look at another situation for bail. For bail, okay, so for example, let's say someone is accused, Mr. A is accused, okay, and then that person is put behind the bar and he said, I want a bail. So he gets bail on a surety. Okay, he provides a kind of bond. He provides a kind of, you can say, bond or a surety. Some money he has to put with the, you can say, government. So a system of bail requires a guarantor or a sponsor who furnish a bond for some property valued amount which is determined by the judge. Okay, now let's talk about, you can say, scenario of lower courts. So they said the bail amount of petty offenses, okay, which are punishable by less than 3 years. So that is a minimum of 10,000 rupees. Okay, let's look at in the High Court and Supreme Court, this amount exceeds to 30,000. So for subordinate court, it is 10,000 rupees. If your case is at High Court and Supreme Court, the bail amount becomes 30,000 rupees. Now let's look for an example of 14-year boy. Okay, he is, you can say, caught in 4 cases of theft and housebreaking, which is very common offense. Okay, so this boy will be required to pay some around rupees 1 lakh by the Sessions Court in Bhopal. Okay, now how would this boy will bring this 1 lakh rupees? If this boy will not bring 1 lakh rupees, okay, then he will be behind the bar. Okay, Azim Premji University had done one research and they said the regular wage earners, okay, the regular wage earners are earning, you can say, some around less than 10,000 per month. That amount, that number of people are some around 57%. So the idea is the important part for this monetary guarantor or a sponsor bond should be according to socio-economic conditions of the accused. Okay, it cannot be same for all. Okay, we have to identify what is the socio-economic condition of a person. Okay, that sensitivity has to be developed in the mind of you can say judiciary. At the same time, these reforms are need of the hour. Okay, I hope you understand this. दोस्तों, when you are planning to be part of legal system or governance system, ठीक है, or a part of a society, you have to see these challenges, that in what manner such kind of rules are impacting the people, and all the more this system creates all the more criminals. Okay, so at the end of the day, these people, when they enter into a jail, okay, jail becomes university for them to learn the various types of crimes. Okay, these young people, 14-year boy, okay, he is not released on bail. Okay, he can say he was demanded for 1 lakh rupees to be provided as a surety and is unable to provide. So what will happen? He will be staying in a jail with those people who have committed heinous crime. He sees those kind of scenario. He becomes a little, you can say, immune to any such kind of offenses. And when he comes out, okay, when he comes out, he is possibly very polished criminal. Okay, so I hope you can say all of you are able to understand that in what manner these scenarios are impacting, you can say, the world. Okay, Chali, great. So this is very crucial. Okay, so look at what you can say Gwalior bench of MP High Court, you can say, created conditions for, you can say, granting a bail. They said that in certain applicants we will provide bail if that person installs non-Chinese LED TV at district hospital, or he registers as a voluntary COVID-19 warrior, or he donates, you can say, money for COVID-19 relief. So these are the kind of conditions they have provided to release people on bail. So possibly this looks on a humanitarian ground. Okay, this is very crucial. Okay, and you can say it is very important that asking for cash may create trouble to many people. Okay, anyway, coming back to our zero coupon bond. So we understood judicial system reforms, and now we are talking about this crucial part called special zero coupon recapitalization bond. फटाफट बता देता हूं, recapitalization का मतलब है कि that there is a bank. Okay, so for example you are a bank, okay, or any organization for that matter. Okay, you want capital to run the business, yes or no? So you want capital. Capitals are infused in two ways. One is called equity shares. What do you mean by equity shares? That is the ownership money of the people who are the owner of the bank. They will put money, that is called equity. Second way is taking a loan, that is called debt. Okay, popularly क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Debt, loan. Okay, how do you get loan? There are various ways to get loans. One, you go and ask loan from one organization, say you give me loan, or you go to large number of people and ask money from them. So what do you say? I come out in the public and I ask money from the people. In turn, I will give them interest. Okay, so I am a company. I go to people. Okay, I say, people, give me money. So there are many ways of asking money from the people. It is equity shares. For example, you might have heard about Burger King. Yes or no? Recently, Burger King brought IPO. So when they brought IPO, which is called initial public offering, so Burger King as a company went to public, asked the public to pay money. In turn, Burger King will give what? Burger King will give them the partnership shares in the company. Yes or no? People will give money. Now that happens in equity. What happens in, you can say, bonds? People give money. Okay, company will give them bonds certificate. Okay, so what happens in equity? There are no fixed interest to be provided. Here you get fixed interest. Okay, you get fixed interest. So for example, रेलवे बॉन्ड होते हैं, टी बॉन्ड होते हैं. ठीक है, सिमिलरली यहाँ पे पंजाब और सिंध बैंक को पैसा चाहिए, ठीक है, अपने बिजनेस को और बड़ा करना है, सो दे नीड कैपिटल टू गेट दैट कैपिटल, ठीक है, they to get that capital, because this is a government of India undertaking to get this capital, they have to follow certain rules. So when they followed rules, they can go either to public, okay, so when they go to public and they take money, they have to give fixed interest, okay, so that is how they have to give, okay, so bonds are basically, you can say, a kind of let me put in a way that you are a company, okay, and there are people, okay, you are borrowing money from the people, okay, and in turn you give them interest, okay. So for example, let us assume 10 year का bond है और उसमें coupon rate, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, coupon rate is 15%. What does that mean? It means, let's say you paid 1 lakh rupees to the company. Company every year will give you 15% rate of interest on this 1 lakh rupees, and after 10 years, ठीक है, you will get your 1 lakh back. Okay, this is called coupon rate. Okay, so this is how the bonds work. This is how bonds work. What are crucial point in bond? One is the coupon rate. Second is the maturity date. Okay, क्या होता है? Maturity date, coupon rate and maturity rate. Okay, you can sell this bond in the market. So for example, you purchased bonds from a particular government organization, ठीक है, you purchased that bond, which means you paid 1 lakh rupees for 1 year, you gain 15% interest. Now you want to sell that bond to someone else, so Mr. A can sell this bond to Mr. B. This is possible. Okay, this is possible. I think this is pretty clear. Yes, okay. Now there is a special variety of a bond which is called zero coupon bond. What is it termed as? Zero coupon. Just a minute. Zero coupon bond. So what does that mean? It means this coupon rate is zero. Okay, so you may ask, sir, if the coupon rate is zero, why would people pay money and invest this much? People will not do that. Okay, but what happens in a zero coupon bond? They will say it is 1 lakh rupee bond, 10 years is a maturity time. Today you are purchasing at 75,000 rupees. Okay, so after 10 years you are going to get 1 lakh rupees. Do you understand this? Now this is called zero coupon bond. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Zero coupon bond. I think this is pretty clear. Yes. However, you can withdraw interest amount before maturity date. Yes, you can. You can do that. Okay. In a bond, you can withdraw this interest amount. Okay. I think this is pretty clear to you. Very good. You can withdraw this amount. Okay. Interest every year you can withdraw. That is called zero coupon bond, जहां पे आपको interest नहीं मिल रहा है. Your initial price is a discounted price. The value of 1 lakh, ठीक है ना, वो आपको 75,000 में मिलता है. Is that clear? Great. ठीक है, चलिए. सौम्या जी बोलते हैं, सर प्लीज ये वाले क्लास 5 PM to 6 PM रखिए प्लीज. सौम्या जी 5 PM to 6 PM पे we are planning few more classes. ठीक है, so let's accept this time as of now. Okay, प्लीज मैनेज, है ना, क्योंकि अभी धीरे धीरे आपकी स्कूल्स के लोड अभी कम होंगे, ऐसा मेरा मानना है. कमिंग बैक टू दिस जीरो कूपन बॉन्ड मैंने आपको समझाया. ठीक है, इट इज नोन एज प्योर डिस्काउंट बॉन्ड और अ डीप डिस्काउंट बॉन्ड. ठीक है, विच इज परचेज्ड एट अ डिस्काउंटेड प्राइस. सो इफ इट इज 1 lakh rupees is a face value of a bond, if it is a face value of bond, ठीक है, then it is available to you at 75,000 rupees. On maturity, after 10 years, you are going to get 1 lakh. That is called zero coupon. It does not pay any coupons or periodic interest to fund holders. Is that very clear? ठीक है. Now, the purchase price of zero coupon bond and the par value at the time of maturity indicates investors return. So investor का return इस केस में कितना होगा? 25,000 rupees. Okay, so 75,000 becomes 1 lakh in 10 years. This is what you are actually expecting. Okay, so practically it is giving you 33% return for 10 year per year. You are getting 3.3% return. This is how the idea is. I'm just giving you one example. Don't go by 3.3 is a good interest amount or not. ठीक है, उस बारे में आप चिंता ना करें. Okay, but focus on the learning part. Now you can say this special zero coupon bond, ठीक है, are issued at 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so it's इसका face value is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, and the purchase value is also 1 lakh rupees. So there is no interest. There is no interest. ठीक है, अब आप समझेंगे कि अच्छा सर ये 1 लाख रुपी मतलब ये जो पंजाब एंड सिंध बैंक में रिकैपिटलाइजेशन करेंगे टू द ट्यून ऑफ 5500 करोड़ रुपया ये लोग डालेंगे. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली और इसका पीरियड है 30 से 35 साल. ठीक है, इसमें आपने पैसा डाला. ठीक है, आपको 30 साल के बाद उतना ही पैसा वापस मिलेगा. Yes or no? So for example, आप और मैं इसमें पैसे डालेंगे नहीं. This is anyway not coming to people like you and me. So Punjab and Sindh Bank will not come to public and ask money. This system is available for only few limited companies and organizations. They will be in a position to do this. This bonds will not be traded in the market. You will not sell them in the market. You will not sell them in the market. Okay, so this is not possible. So this is an innovation by Government of India to recapitalize a bank. Okay, so what happens when government puts money in the bank as an equity? So once they have given this money, they have to forget about it. Okay, now government is not required to forget about this. This is not looking in government's account कि उनके पैसे चले गए, ऐसे नहीं दिखता है. उनके पैसे इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं ऐसे दिखता है. तो गवर्नमेंट का फिस्कल डेफिसिट का मतलब ज्यादा बढ़ता नहीं है. यस और नो? नंबर 1. नंबर 2, गवर्नमेंट को ये जो पैसा दिया, ये पैसा किसके पास जाएगा? बैंक के पास जाएगा. बैंक उसमें से बिजनेस एक्टिविटी करेगी तो इकोनॉमी बढ़ेगी. यस और नो? तो बेसिकली व्हेन यू आर पेइंग 100 rupees, the economic activity may possibly go to the tune of 200 rupees. Yes or no? When you are paying 100 rupees, economic activities may go to the tune of 200 rupees. ठीक है, that is basically the idea here. I hope you are able to understand this. So this is called special zero coupon bond. This is known as special zero coupon bond. I hope it is clear. My dear friend, not many of you will be in a position to, you can say, gain this kind of understanding while reading newspaper. Okay, so make sure that you come and watch this kind of sessions wherein we are going to give you deeper insight of various aspects. Okay, in the first topic today, we talked about criminal justice reform, we talked about judicial sensitivity, and we talked about, you can say, monetary sponsor bond. Okay, now here we are talking about special zero coupon bond. I hope it is clear. So my dear friends, if any one of you has any doubt on this zero coupon bond, please ask me. I will be more than happy to respond to all your queries. Please ask me if you have a doubt. Okay, so by infusing more capital, okay, in the state run bank, okay, so this banks will be in a position to meet their capital adequacy norm. So every company will require lot of capital. Yes or no? So they need to maintain certain capital level. If they don't have capital, there is a problem. So these are the various ways in which bank are recapitalized. This is known as innovation in our country. My dear friend, remember, this will have a big impact. This innovation will have a big impact on our economy. Okay, so RBI said that this recapitalization is the need of the hour. Okay, ठीक है, this recapitalization is the need of the hour because there is a specific capital adequacy ratio. Okay, what is a capital adequacy ratio? Whatever is bank's liability, whatever is bank's liability, out of that 12% of the capital bank should maintain. This is what Basel norms. What do you mean by Basel norms? Basel norms are the international norms. Being a bank, RBI ensures that the banks have to follow this Basel norms. Okay, is that very clear? Very good. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Yes, Amar ji, we will be doing that. Okay, आपका जो सजेशन है बिल्कुल हम उसको मानेंगे. So ICC declared awards of the decade. Yes or no? This is wonderful. Awards of the decade are basically identifying best players across the cricket over the last 10 years. So this is a decade of 2011 to 2020 for this decade. Okay, great. Manik Sharma bolte हैं, sir, when should I purchase mock test series as my 30% syllabus is pending? Manik Sharma, it is a right time to do this. Okay, don't wait for it. ठीक है, because even if your syllabus is 30% done, you can start working on it. Okay, this is crucial. Okay, so ICC Spirit of Cricket Award is Mahi. Yes or no? Our Mahi, that is MS Dhoni, is the spirit of the cricket. वो हमारे cricket का आत्मा है. Yes or no? It is very important. MS Dhoni का contribution is recognized here by ICC. ICC now talked about various other awards. Garfield Sober's award for ICC Male Cricketer of the Decade. Cricketer of the Decade, Virat Kohli. ठीक है, as a cricketer, is a wonderful, you can say, cricketer. But the way Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri are exercising unnecessary control over the various player, this is really a bad idea. And the case here in point is Rohit Sharma. Such a wonderful batsman is not able to go to a very great heights because he's not getting opportunities. Let's talk about IPL. In a particular manner, we can say Rohit Sharma has attained 5 times win. Such a big deal. Okay, great. ठीक है, Rishi Thakur, you can purchase our offline test series by visiting our website called ProTalentDigital.com. It is ProTalentDigital.com through which you can very well purchase it. Okay. Then ICC Men's ODI Cricketer of the Decade is once again Virat Kohli. ठीक है, ICC T20 Cricketer of the Year Decade is Rashid Khan from Afghanistan. What a wonderful man he is and what a wonderful match he plays. ठीक है, while Test Cricketer of the Decade is Steve Smith in the recent India and Australia Test matches. ठीक है, our bowlers are able to control Steve Smith at least for the past, you can say, 2 matches. They are able to manage it. And ICC Men's Associate Cricketer of the Decade is from Scotland, Kylie Coetzer. ठीक है, these are the associate you can say countries. They are being part of ICC. Okay, ICC Women's Award, please उसको ध्यान रखिएगा. And Rachel Heyo Flint Award for ICC Female Cricketer of the Decade is Elise Perry from Australia. ये रहे आपके सामने एलिस पेरी दिख रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं और उनको जब आप मैच खेलते हुए देखते हैं तो आपको ऐसा लगता है कि एक बहुत मैच्योर्ड मेल क्रिकेटर खेलता है. उस स्टेमिना, उस स्पीड और उस एनर्जी के साथ खेलते हैं, है ना. एंड शी इज आल्सो ओडीआई क्रिकेटर ऑफ द डिकेड. While if we talk about T20 International, that is also Elise Perry. So that means she is playing wonderful matches. And ICC Women's Associate Cricketer of the Decade, you can say, is, you can say, given to, you can say, another lady called, you can say, I just missed out that name here. Okay, but in a PDF you'll be getting this. Okay, so don't miss out on that. Coming back to this, now we are talking about Nepal in turmoil. There is a political turmoil. Nepal Prime Minister Mr. KP Sharma Oli recommended the president to dissolve the parliament. Okay, now what do you mean by dissolution of parliament? Okay, dissolution of parliament, which means whatever is a tenure of a parliament, let us say it's a 5-year term. Okay, so what happens in the middle of it, you dissolve it, which means all, you can say, MPs, member of parliaments, ठीक है, they are मतलब no longer member of parliament, ठीक है, then new election takes place. This is called dissolution of parliament. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, last week ordinance was made by PM to amend Constitutional Council. ठीक है, while you can say this amendment was weakening checks and balances in the system. Okay, and that is giving a lot of power in the hands of PM. Okay, so many opposition leaders started to oppose this. They demanded withdrawal of this ordinance. Okay, and then the PM agreed that I will withdraw. But then later on he said, no, I will dissolve this entire parliament. दोस्तों, भारत में भी लोकसभा अगर देखा जाए तो बहुत बार डिसॉल्व होती है. Who has a power to dissolve Lok Sabha? It is a president. Does president has a discretionary power? No. President has to work under the aid and advice of PM and Council of Ministers. So when PM tells to president that dissolve Lok Sabha, they will dissolve. So we have article number 83 of 2 of Indian Constitution that says completion of 5 years from the first day of its meeting amounts to, okay, dissolution of the lower house. Okay, anything before, you can say 5 years, you can say is a dissolution. In this case, you can say the election will be held to elect new member of the parliament. So basically 5 साल कंप्लीट हो गए तो ऑटोमेटिकली हाउस डिसॉल्व हो गया. उसके पहले डिसोल्यूशन करना है. So it is president who will decide. Okay, so what happens to varieties of the bills? At the end of the day, the objective of parliament is to make law. Okay, so when they have to make laws, so when the bills are introduced, so when bills are pending in Lok Sabha, they will lapse. ठीक है, it is immaterial whether it is originated in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. If bills are passed in Lok Sabha but are pending in Rajya Sabha, ठीक है, they will also lapse in case of dissolution. When Lok Sabha dissolves, remember, in India, Rajya Sabha cannot get dissolved. You know this, yes or no? Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. ठीक है, so we have a parliament which consists of 3 things: Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and President. Okay, these 3 together are called parliament. ठीक है, so now we need parliament's approval for making law. Why are we making parliament? Because we want to make many laws. Yes or no? So for example, some international treaties are there. We need parliament to make law. ठीक है, obvious है. Okay, what is the duration of Lok Sabha then? It is a 5 years. What is the duration of Rajya Sabha? It is 6 years. But we can say 6 years का मतलब है कोई भी बंदा जो राज्य सभा में जाएगा, ठीक है, वो 6 years तक रहेगा. However, राज्य सभा is a permanent house. कभी भी ये डिसॉल्व नहीं होगा. राज्य सभा will never get dissolved. My dear friends, remember that Rajya Sabha can never get dissolved. It is only Lok Sabha can get dissolved. What is the age of Lok Sabha member? 25 years. What about Rajya Sabha? 30 years. Lok Sabha, there is a direct election. Okay. While Rajya Sabha is made through indirect election, who will vote for them? It is member of Legislative Assembly. MLAs will vote on our behalf for Rajya Sabha. Yes or no? Very good. Remember, during national emergency, the life of Lok Sabha can be extended, you can say, by any number of times. Okay, but 1 year at a time. So you can extend 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. ऐसे करके कर सकते हो. 5 year का जो restriction है वो उनके ऊपर लगेगा नहीं. ठीक है. Also article number 99 Constitution authorizes president to administer oath of the new parliamentarian. ठीक है, okay. But pro tem speaker discharges that duty on behalf of president. However, president must, we can say provide or administer oath. So any new member who are coming to the Lok Sabha, okay, their oath will be administered by president, but that work is given to pro tem speaker. What do you mean by pro tem speaker? Pro tem speaker is a temporary speaker. So what do you mean by pro tem? Pro tem means temporary. Okay, so temporary speaker. Who was a temporary speaker in the last Lok Sabha? It was Kamal Nath. Okay, ठीक है. So he was the ex chief minister of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, great. Now we are talking about pneumococcal. This is a time where we are talking about vaccines. Okay, and this is India's first indigenously created vaccine against pneumococcal disease developed by Pune-based Serum Institute of India. I'm sure you know pneumococcal disease. For that, there are a lot of vaccines available. So far, we had to rely on international vaccines only, and none of the vaccines are developed in India. Okay, this is the first vaccine of India. Okay, indigenously developed. It is developed through a collaboration with a health organization called PATH and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Serum Institute of India. This pneumococcal conjugate vaccine will be available in the market at an affordable price. ठीक है, and it is a single as well as multi-dose representation. मतलब whatever way you want to take. I'm sure you know single dose, multi-dose. So for example, this corona vaccines which we are going to get, possibly it has a 2 doses. Okay, so once we took it, after 2 months you have to take another dose. I hope it is clear to you. Yes, ठीक है. So this is targeting pneumococcal bacterium which causes pneumonia and various other serious life-threatening diseases such as you can say meningitis, sepsis, ये सबको करते हैं. Yes, वही बता रहा हूँ मैं. Pneumococcal disease basically which is basically developed its name from pneumococcal bacterium. This bacteria causes pneumonia and few other disease like meningitis, sepsis. Okay, is this comfortable? Yes. Okay. ऋषभ पांडे जी बोलते हैं, सर हाउ मच टाइम टू टेक लोकसभा राज्यसभा पास बिल. ठीक है, देयर आर नो फिक्स टाइम. देयर आर नो फिक्स टाइम. अ बिल हैज टू बी इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन द लोकसभा और राज्यसभा. दे मे टेक 1 year, 2 year, 1 day, 2 day. ठीक है, whatever way they want to take. For example, 3 farm bills were passed in just 2 days time. Okay, आज इंट्रोड्यूस किया, कल शाम को वो पास हो गया. ठीक है, देयर आर नो फिक्स टाइम फॉर दैट. ओके, this Serum Institute of India is world's third largest supplier of this, you can say, pneumococcal vaccine under this pneumococcal advanced market commitment. So what they are doing is they are taking license from various other companies and then they are making this vaccine. Now they have developed their own vaccine. This is a very important feat for India. India की तरफ से ऐसा पहला एक महत्वपूर्ण काम हो रहा है. Yes, चलिए, ग्रेट. ठीक है, सो आई होप दिस विल बी वेरी यूजफुल टू यू. आपको ये सब बातें रेगुलरली अच्छी लगती होगी. अगर आपको ये पसंद आता है तो हमारे इस वीडियो को लाइक करना भूलिएगा मत. ओके, हमारी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करने का भूलिएगा मत. एट द सेम टाइम डू नॉट मिस आउट टू परचेज आवर टेस्ट सीरीज व्हिच इज वंडरफुल टेस्ट सीरीज. दोस्तों, बहुत तगड़ी टेस्ट सीरीज है और बहुत तगड़े उसमें टेस्ट अवेलेबल होते हैं. आपको काफी मजा आएगा. हमारा स्टडी मटेरियल लेने का भूलिएगा मत. एंड आवर न्यू बैच is starting from 5th of January. Don't miss out on it to be part of it. Okay, thank you very much and all the best for your preparation.